Okay, guys, we're going to start working on writing books now. The first thing I want to do is talk to you about how to build a book. So I took about 4 sheets of notebook paper. That's all you need. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you should need. You can even do 3 if you want. All right, so I got it just laid on top of each other. I got a big blank sheet to be my cover. You could use another notebook paper for your cover. It doesn't matter. So there's a couple of ways you can join the sides up here. If you have a stapler, you can come staple it on the side. But I have another kind of cool way. I'm going to show you how to put a book together. So check it out. On the edges that you want to stick all your pages together, just make little short cuts like this. Not very long ones, just little short ones. Try to keep them all the same length. I'm going to move it closer so you can see. And if you want, just try to cut alongside the lines of your paper. So I'm going to flip this over and show you what I mean. See your notebook paper? Try to cut along the blue line. Do not go very far, but just cut a little tiny piece of every blue line. This is kind of a cool way to make a book. If you don't want to make it this way, just staple it. I'm going to show you how to make it, so when you make a book at home, if you don't have a stapler, you can stick it together, and then just try to do some other little small cuts right here along the top where there's no lines. Okay, so once we got our cuts all done, you're going to take your tab, and you see it, you're going to take your first little cut, and you're going to fold it to the front. Then your next one's going to go to the back. So watch me. Didn't do it. Here we go. Front, back, 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 front, and that's all she wrote. So here's my book. And I open it and see all my pages stay together that way. So if you want to do it that way, you could totally do it that way, or you could just staple it. I'm going to leave mine like that because it's kind of neat. So the front of your book looks like this, just like with a regular book. You have your cover, you have your title, you have some really nice artwork because that's what draws people in. They look at this book and they think, oh, that looks like so much fun. I see a little fat pony and I see a princess, and it's like, it'd be fun to read. If it just was like, had a few words and no picture, does that even look as entertaining now? No, so you got to add some artwork on your cover. So the cover always opens this way. You see how that works? It always opens this way. So your book needs to be the same way, just like real authors needs to open this way. So the first thing you need is a good cover. Now, before you do a cover, you need to think, what am I going to write about? So I am writing about the ocean. And I think today my book is going to be about a little shark named Bob. Okay? A little shark named Bob. So I'm going to draw a picture of a shark first. I'm going to try to draw a picture of a shark. And sometimes what I like to do when I'm trying to draw a picture of something, and you guys can do this too with your iPads, you can look up a picture of a shark. And it helps you know what they look like so that you can draw them better. So let me look here. Let's find a good one. Here's a good one that I can draw. So here's a picture of my shark. You can kind of see it right there. Okay, so I'm going to draw a picture of my shark. He has a pointy nose. His mouth kind of comes down like that. All right, and then he's got some fins right here. And then he comes back. He's got another little fin right here. And then, whoop, I ran out of room. So see, sometimes you need to plan your drawing so that you don't run out of room. Okay, just like so. All right, I ran out of room on my Sharpie guide, but that's okay. We can still sort of see what I meant. All right, so here's his little Sharpie nose. We're gonna do one eyeball right here. And then they have all these little gills that kind of go like this. So I'm gonna do some gills. And he's got another fin on this side. And I think that's pretty much my shark. So he kind of has a lighter belly. Remember, we saw that in a science video. It's called counter shading. So I'm going to put in a little white. Okay, so there's a picture of my shark. My shark's name is Bob. So I'm just going to call my book something simple. I'm going to call it Bob the Shark. Now, I did something wrong on this. When you write a title on a book, all the letters except for, or all the words except for words like the, all the other special words, not words like the, are capital. So, in a title, make them capital. Bob the Shark. And I'm going to underline it. Bob the Shark. Oh, excuse me. So, Bob the Shark, we can draw a few bubbles since he's underwater. Okay, Bob the Shark. And I want Bob the Shark to have teeth, to be losing teeth. So I'm going to draw a shark tooth down here. There it is floating away. He lost his tooth. Make some seaweed at the bottom. Now I could color this if I want, but I don't really have time to color it, so I'm just going to draw it for you. This could be the kelp. Remember the kelp in our book that grows 2 feet a day? It's crazy. So here's some kelp. Here's another little fish down here that's going to go hide because he doesn't want to be Bob's lunch. That would be bad to be Bob's lunch. So he's going to go hide. He's got some cool looking fins. Look at him. He's kind of scared. He's looking up at Bob like, oh, don't see me. He's got little bubbles. Don't see me, Bob. Don't eat me. And there goes Bob's tooth. He's going to fall down in the kelp or the seaweed. So, Bob the Shark, there's my title. I would color it to make you want to read it even more, but I don't have time to color it today. So, at home, I want you to put, so your first job today is to put you a book together. You're going to get 3 or 4 pages, and I want you to come up with sort of something that you want to write about. You don't have to think of the whole story yet. Just think of an animal, a person, a place, a thing that you want to write about. You can go back and look in your brainstorming list in your notebook here in our journal. So like we can write about animals, things that happen to us, people, or places. So you can pick something, like you could pick an animal, you could pick something, and then later we'll work on building our story. But right now, just think about something you want to write about, come up with a title for your story, and do a cover page. And then tomorrow, I'm going to help you plan your story. So that is your first job for today for your writing. And when we get really good at it, you can share your writing with me, and I will have a special corner with videos of kids who have shared their writing with me so that other kids can see what you've written, if that's something you want to do. You don't have to, but I do want you to start writing books. So that's all I have for right now. Tomorrow, let's plan our story. I'm excited to learn more about Bob the Shark.